Hey there, you amazing patrons. It's X, and I'm here with Felicia, Kyle, and our special guest, Angelica. And this is the Utah Outcasts Secret Patron Show. I don't know if the audio is going to be salvageable from what we lost a few minutes ago. It was just a couple of minutes of us talking about homoerotic movies like Predator and stuff. You heard me talking about it, but I just noticed everybody else's audio was like all the way muted. So things happen on podcasts. It's
right.
It's kind of the
But
fun shit that does happen.
don't worry. I mean, you were really the only one talking about the homoerotic nature of Predator.
Well, and I just realized also I have the secondary system that probably caught everything because it records our Skype audio, not the mixer audio. So we're probably good there. Anyway, this is the special content we provide to the folks who are generous enough to share at least $1 a month with us. And we were going to start this off with a Heather Heyer, like, Unite the Right rally, and Felicia was talking about somebody if you go to a rally, this person was trying to say the rally was not a white supremacist rally. Yet, if you happen to see a Nazi flag, or just somebody that is a Nazi,
like just a bunch of them,
this rally that you're at,
and you're a very fine person.
You fucking leave.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're in a crowd of people and marching and everybody around you starts like chanting blood and soil, at some point you should look around and go, am I in the right place?
As a very fine person.
Well,
because remember, there were very fine people on both sides.
Sure.
As a very fine person. You don't just...
It floors me that a lot of these incels, a lot of these NEETs that are hanging out in their parents' basement kind of thing, you know, jacking off to Chinese cartoons. And I'm doing that as a 4chan joke, not because...
Are we judging people who have jacked off?
Oh, fuck, I'm judging people because I was one of these guys. You know, I was the nice guy. I was the milady kind of person.
No, I was taking offense at the getting off to Chinese cartoons in your parents'
Oh, no,
basement.
I've watched plenty of hentai. I've watched plenty of hentai in my parents' house, so I can judge because this was me. These are my people.
Yeah. I'll be really clear. I'm not a nice guy.
No. You're a thought. That's what they would call you, I guess.
I don't get that one. I still don't get that one.
That hoe over there?
Oh,
that's such
right.
a stupid term for it.
Okay, I don't get it because it's stupid. That's okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, we were going to talk about that. Instead, we're going to talk about one of the minds of these kind of people that exist out there because
I want to point out real quick, we've got two thoughts on this show now.
Angelica, do you consider yourself
What? Come on, you got a little hoe in you, right? You let out the hoe every now and again, right?
Little hoe.
I don't know, because I'm ace.
You're what?
I'm
ace.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
I mean, I enjoy it.
That's not like not hoe. Like that's
it's not
like there's
not as often.
I know at least one ace person who comes to like all the exotic classes I go to, so like still letting that hoe out.
So anyway, what I wanted to get to before Felicia put her foot in her mouth there.
I'm owning it.
I
think we're all hoes.
We all hoe it up every now and then. So, yeah.
Every damn day. Go to work in chaps. And you don't need to say assless chaps, people, because
all
chaps are inherently assless. Yes, exactly. Anyway, so what we have here is we have a story that we got from RawStory. 21 facts explain exactly why Trump aide Stephen Miller is fucking horrible. I added the fucking in there.
21?
21 facts that explain who Stephen Miller is, and even among right-wing ideologues doing the actual presidenting in this administration, Stephen Miller stands out for the copious amounts of Kool-Aid that he mainlines. That's a great article.
Yeah, it looks
Speaking
like
to the New York Times,
the Kool-Aid.
A Trump team colleague described Miller as fiercely loyal to the president, a true believer in every sense of the word, though he joined the campaign in the early days, penning many of the apocalyptic speeches that won fear-drunk Republican hearts and minds.
Gross.
Miller recently got a lot of visibility after a string of television appearances in defense of the Muslim ban. And we all remember that. So
it was his idea.
He had a flair for the dramatic. He lied. He dodged. He put on his best tyrant's voice and proclaimed that the executive branch was above the law. Remember we said, and we will not be challenged kind of thing? It's like, wow. And
he's a real fascist.
People don't see that as like a warning sign. You know, they don't notice that that's a bad guy.
Oh, anyway. Everything's on fire.
Yeah. This is why you don't give incels power.
Hillary Clinton was just as bad. Her emails, though.
But my emails,
But my emails, she said.
So the article says it seemed contrived and forced, like a politically precocious Weasley teenager's idea of how to command a crowd. God damn, that's biting.
Yes,
and according to those who,
and that is a perfect description.
Well, that's nail on the head right there. Yeah.
According to those who know Miller's history, that's not so far off the mark. Apparently, he's not a very well-liked person. I mean, who would have thought? Jeez. I mean, honestly,
surprise.
Surprise. Anyway, here are the 21 facts that explain who Stephen Miller is. Number 1, the National Rifle Association was his first right-wing love. He grew up in Santa Monica, California, you know.
Oh, what a rebel him.
A progressive bastion of LA County, you know. He was raised along with 2 siblings, raised in a Jewish family of longtime Franklin Roosevelt Democrats. And somewhere around 8th grade, you know, when the rebellious streak sets in, his politics took a hard right after reading Guns, Crime, and Freedom, penned by the NRA head Wayne LaPierre.
Oh, I'm sure it's not racist and terrible at all.
Oh, just wait. Number 2, he dumped a childhood friend because he was Latino.
Of course he did. Yeah.
According to a guy named Jason Islas or Islas, I can't remember how to pronounce it here. In the summer between middle and junior high, Miller told him, "I can't be your friend anymore because you're Latino." And according to this guy, the two never spoke again, though he hasn't lost much sleep over the demise of the friendship. And he told Univision, "It didn't really bother me because the fact that Miller rejected me because I'm Latino showed me he was pretty much worthless." That's a good kid with some good self-esteem. That's awesome. How about number 3? He was the, quote, best known and least liked conservative activist in his liberal high school. You liberals are turning people further to the right. I so fucking hate that argument. God, I am so tired of that one. Miller was in the racial and political minority in Santa Monica High, where 30% of the students were Latino, 12% Black, 5% Asian. And Oscar de la Torre, a counselor at the school who remains active in the community, describes Miller as being on a crusade against liberalism and liberals. He had a lot of grudges, he said. He didn't go out of his way to go to dances or to have girlfriends. I don't ever remember seeing him smile. My God, this man is an incel in the Oval Office.
I was going to say, yeah. I'm sure he had a lot of girlfriends. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll skip over a couple of these here. Number 4, he started as a right-wing mouthpiece in high school. We kind of saw that with the bus video that came out for him.
Yeah.
Number 5, he spent months fighting to reinstate the Pledge of Allegiance in his high school, because that's so fucking important to your day at school. You know, they
didn't have the Pledge of Allegiance. That's awesome.
Super liberal school, probably not.
We shouldn't be having kids. I know, we shouldn't be having kids do that. Like,
well, once you get into like high school and stuff, it's a waste of time. Really, who has time for that?
I was never in my desk like when the first bell rang either. I was too busy hanging out in the hallway.
Yeah,
I don't want to go to class. God, I don't want to be there. But he finally did get the pledge reinstated, though he moaned in his letter that it's still only said twice a week, which policy dictates it should be said every day. Terrible fucking human.
Yeah, you know what conviction sounds like? You know what patriotism sounds like? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands
one nation.
Indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, how much it blew my kids' minds when I'm like, you don't have to say that in that under God part. It wasn't there originally at their school when they do it, and they're like, what? And I'm like, you don't have to say it at all if you don't want to.
Yeah. I actually started doing this. I would go, one nation, indivisible with liberty. Like, I actually would do that. Like, I would take my hand off my heart. Like, I was like,
Let's see, what else did he do?
I started like standing there. I used to stand there. Like, I would get up just because everyone else would.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just kind of sit there going, do I have
watermelon,
to say
watermelon.
I love that trick. Let's see. Number 6, some things Miller classmates have said about his attitudes on race. Miller was an unabashed racist. No, I'm not being oversensitive, and no, I'm not using the R word here where it doesn't apply. In private conversations, he was constantly making disparaging remarks. What?
No, we are not ever going to say the R word.
No, because it's racist.
That is not a phrase we're using. It is not a slur. It's a thing.
Yeah.
What? Racist?
Racist, yes.
Oh, God. I thought they were trying to call him a retard or something.
I was just like, what's the R word?
Patron show!
Hey!
Let's see. He was constantly making disparaging remarks about the African American, Latino, and Asian students in our school. Why? I don't... Oh, because he's racist. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, because it made him feel like a big, strong man. Because he was white, special. He's special.
He thought Latinos lived off of welfare. Not in Santa Monica, they're not. Anyway, number 7. His high school writings demonstrate his budding right-wing views. He used for his senior yearbook quote, Teddy Roosevelt. There can be no 50-50 Americanism in this country. There is room here only for 100% Americanism. Only for those who are Americans and nothing else.
Ew.
Where?
No, I'm not going to give him a real hard time. Like, I didn't get laid in high school either, but at the same time, I wasn't actively trying to make women scream and run away from me in terror, because that's what I would see with something like this.
I'd like to know the context of that Roosevelt quote.
Oh, and there was another article that he wrote where he said, we've all heard about how peaceful and benign the Islamic religion is. He sounds like most of the YouTube atheists that are pissed off at Islam.
Oh, yeah.
But no matter how many times you say that, it cannot change the fact that millions of radical Muslims would celebrate your death for the simple reason you are Christian, Jewish, or American.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. And there's a lot of Christians that would celebrate my death right here in this country.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
How many Muslims are there in the world? Like 2 billion or something like that? Some ridiculously large number?
Yeah, it's a big number.
Yeah.
So even if it was millions, like you said there,
yeah,
just the very simple maths,
basic
that we can
maths,
do here.
Yeah.
If it was 1 million out of 2 billion, that's still less than 1%.
Mm-hmm.
You could say the same thing about crazy ass Christians too. I believe so. Oh, why are you guys defending Islam? Why are you? Because it's just another fucking stupid religion, just like most of the other ones out there. It's like, come on, guys.
And I'm sorry, but in my day-to-day, I'm not really scared of Muslim terrorists. I'm terrified of Christian terrorists, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Or just incel.
He actively tried... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Angelica.
Oh, you're totally good. I was pretty much finishing up. I was just like, yeah, that's where all the stats are. Like, who's shooting up schools? Who's...
Yeah.
Oh, and we'd probably catch some shit from some of our people at the end. That was what I was going to say. Is like, why are you always blaming the white guys? Well, because they're the ones that are doing it.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Number 8, he actively tried to undermine student groups focused on Latino and Black issues because he had to exert his white privilege somewhere. He claimed. Let's see. His high school counselor again said that claimed that because he, a white male, didn't experience racism or sexism, students of color were making it all up. He didn't believe that oppression existed. And he said, this guy's 17 years old, and it's like listening to somebody who's 70 years old in the 1930s. Steve, he's a very old soul.
Apparently, yeah.
Racist old soul.
Oh, also, white guys, don't make Juneteenth about you.
Oh yeah, we lost a patron because of that. Yeah.
Just gonna say, white guys, Juneteenth isn't about you. Okay, thanks. That's
if you had something shitty that happened on that day, we understand.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
don't crowd somebody else's fucking post about it. Anyway. That's very micromanaging there.
Yeah.
Fuck the day entirely. How about that? Yeah. How about you
Number
don't
9.
do that?
He was booed off the stage once for making a racist joke about the school janitors.
Just once?
He was booed unanimously by the student body off the stage because it was a racist remark. Because let's see, what did it say here? There's a video of this one actually. It was funny because he said it was funny because the janitors were black and brown people who got paid almost nothing to pick up garbage. Get it right? Ha 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 ha. Not very funny, dude.
What? That's not a joke.
No, it's not.
He's a joke. He attended Duke University, where people remember him, though not fondly. And my God, if somebody can remember you from college, well, I don't know. My experience in college was like I just kept my fucking head down, got my classes done, and just went about my day at work. I didn't really.
Mostly, woman who's going on to her doctorate now, and she's a Muslim and she's black. Mm-hmm. So there you go, Stevie.
At a freshman orientation event, he introduced himself by saying, "My name is Stephen Miller. I'm from Los Angeles, and I like guns."
Okay, I'm never speaking to you again. That's terrifying.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Number 11, in college, he greatly expanded his portfolio of right-wing hate pieces, and I'm not going to repeat any of this one. Let's see. 12, he helped found and lead a campus group called the Terrorism Awareness Project.
Really?
Okay, so
they're needed to be aware of it?
Okay, so okay. Generally, when people do awareness campaigns, it's bringing awareness to things that are them.
All right.
Usually, yeah.
Like Pride Month?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Woo! Pride Month!
He was the national campus coordinator, president, and co-founder of the group launched by the David Horowitz Freedom Center, which is interesting that they would call it that because David Horowitz is a vocally anti-black, anti-Muslim, xenophobe, and Zionist. So
yeah. Well, is
like
it
one of those
charming
Clean Air Act?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. He said that his mission was to end the efforts of the radical left and its Islamist allies to destroy the American values and disarm this country as it attempts to defend itself in a time of terror.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Wow, fuck this guy, man.
Exactly what I want to happen. I do want us de-armed, and there is a time of terror. I want you de-armed because you're the terror. Yeah,
he was good buddies. He was good buddies with his neo-Nazi friend Richard Spencer.
Oh, of course he was. Yeah.
And another white nationalist is also a big fan of his. Anybody want to guess who this one is? Nope. David Duke.
Ah, shit.
Oh.
If David Duke likes you, just end it. That you're done, man. Not saying KYS here. I'm not saying that. I'm just like, man, if you have David Duke as one of your allies, it's like, man, how many missteps in my life have I fucking made that this guy looks up to me? Wow. He's worked for Jeff Sessions, number 15 here.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough to
throw you under that should be enough that Jeff Sessions should be like, that should have been enough that he wasn't, not a single Republican voted against confirming him. Not a single one. McCain, Murkowski, I'm looking at you fuckers.
Number 16, this one's funny. As you might imagine, he is a super annoying emailer. It said, a recent New York Times article describes Miller as, quote, a man whose emails were, until recently, considered spam by many of his Republican peers. The Times article goes on to say, as a top aide to Mr. Sessions, the conservative Alabama senator, Mr. Miller, dispatched dozens and dozens of bombastic emails to congressional staff members and reporters in early 2013 when the Senate was considering a big partisan immigration overhaul. Mr. Miller slammed the evils of, quote, foreign labor and pushed around nasty news articles on proponents of the compromise, like Marco Rubio. One exhausted Senate staff member forwarding a Millergram to a reporter at the time wrote, his latest, and it's only 11:45 a.m.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's just like when you get that email from somebody at work and you're just like, not this fucker again. On the campaign trail, number 17, he warmed up the crowds for Trump.
Wow, that's gross.
He was the hype man.
So
for
wait,
Trump,
what was
man.
that? Not everyone who supported Trump is a racist. What? Yeah.
So from now on, I think anytime we bring up Stephen Miller, he's going to be Trump's fluffer. That's what we're going to call him. Number 18, he wrote Trump's RNC and America First inauguration speeches. Wow, big fucking surprise there because that's racist and old Hitler-y kind of shit there. Number 19, he's considered the brain behind the travel ban because he loves it so much. Number 20, infamous quotes by Miller's tour of the Sunday morning shows last weekend. The president's powers represent the apex of executive authority. We will have unquestioned military strength beyond anything anybody can imagine. Our opponents, the media, and the whole world will soon see as we begin to take further actions that the powers of the president to protect our country are very substantial, will not be questioned.
Fuck! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. Nope, I'm not scared. No, I'm fine.
And no, last one here, 21. His family is mostly not proud of him. Love that one.
Wow.
So BuzzFeed News, that thing that we can't consider a news source for anything on this show at all. We can't possibly
ever possibly
ever use
no.
BuzzFeed News.
No. Yeah. Although I'm surprised they don't have a 22, which is just look at him. God.
Look at this Weasley fuck. And the way he's buttoning his coat, doing the white power fucking
I did not
symbol
believe
shit.
it. I did not believe it. But then I'm looking back and I'm like, oh shit, he totally was. He's totally doing that okay symbol.
And that's like anytime everybody's, why do you guys go against Gavin McInnes and those guys so much? Why do you not like those people? So what do you have a problem with the Proud Boys? I'm like, because they're fucking overtly like ironic racists, they're Naziing themselves into fucking real Nazism.
This one kills me because it's the okay symbol. Like, no, most of the time it's your fingers are together. That's okay.
And it's also the what is it? Isn't it the ASL for asshole? I think is what someone said. Where it's close enough. Like you have to have a little more sphinctery, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, basically. It's this way. Yeah.
Works for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Never gonna stop saying it. Utah Gun Exchange at the March for Our Lives drove around the march in their goddamn armored truck, and the fucker standing out the top next to the fucking mounted gun, mounted machine gun, made that hand symbol. I saw him do it.
So they tried
to his comrades, and I called him out, and he looked at me and went, "What?" And I go, "No, I saw you. I saw you, racist."
Those guys got shut out. I think they were trying to go to like Chicago or something to attend one of the rallies that's been going on with the kids from the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. They've been going on like doing a tour kind of thing to get people to sign up to vote and everything. They tried to go to that in their stupid APC, and they got shut the fuck out. They're like, "Nope, you can't come to this."
Yeah.
So, de-platform these assholes. Anyway, let's see. BuzzFeed News rounded up posts from Miller's extended family who seemed not particularly keen on his new role. His mother's brother, why do you put it that way? His uncle.
Yeah.
David Glosser posted on the wall of a local media outlet, "With all the familial affection, I wish Stephen career success and personal happiness. However, I cannot endorse his political preferences. I am not a Trump supporter." And his letter, which goes fairly long, continues on from there. "Trump is trying to sell you something. He sells fears of immigrants, contempt of our daughters, sisters, wives, sows discord and anger. He knows the dictator's disgraceful sales tricks of challenging the integrity of democratic elections. He finds unpopular outside group to blame our troubles on. He cooks up false electoral fraud theories if he doesn't get his way, threatens and bullies his opponents, and tells us that he is the only one who could lead the nation ahead." You know, that strongman thing. He's trying to sell you something, and it's not a good product. For the first time in my memory, a major American political party presidential candidate has proposed that laws and regulations be established solely on the basis of a person's religion and ethnic background. I wouldn't say it's the first, but
not even close to the first. Not even close.
No.
This guy has a very short view of history.
It's been a while, to say the least.
And so he rounds it all out here. He said that finally, my nephew and I must both reflect long and hard on one awful truth. If in the early 20th century the USA had built a wall against poor, desperate ignorant immigrants of a different religion, like the Glossers, all of us would have gone up a crematory chimney with the other 6 million kinsmen who we will never know.
Jesus, that's heavy.
Yeah, no shit. It's like, yeah, the reason that a lot of Jews still live right now is because America was not against allowing them into the country, you know.
Eventually.
It took a little while.
Yeah. Semantics. I was going to say, no, that was semantics, and I was going to go Semitics, but that the joke was there, but I just didn't make it. That's just Semitics, anti-Semitics. There you go.
That was good. That was there it was. That's just anti-Semitics. That's funny.
Too bad we don't do 3 or 4 takes, man.
Thank goodness.
So anyway, he's a real
all
asshole.
again.
Our
No.
shows already go 4 hours, you guys. Oh
I'll be
boy.
at work tomorrow by the time we finish this then.
Do it
a
all
life
again.
well
We
lived.
need to make
You're-
the anti-semantics joke.
That's even better. Fuck. All right, patrons, thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week with another one of these. I don't know what we'll do, but probably won't be Stephen Miller because I want to end this with the Joker, but I can't
Fuck
because
that
we don't.
fascist fuck. Openly fascist fuck.
He's a toker. He's a smoker. Wait, no, isn't that what it goes like? I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight toker. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I get my lovin' on the run. You don't get no lovin' on the run.
Has he ever had a lover?
Yeah, no. There's no way that
Is he
guy's
married? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Married to
I
Trump's
can't
cool,
imagine
isn't
it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine he's married. I can't imagine he's ever been consensually
Oh.
laid.
Oh, Kyle, you don't watch enough YouTube. I know you're on YouTube, and we're on YouTube. You don't watch enough of the MRA YouTube to know that there's ladies out there that love this kind of guy.
Mm.
People like Laura Southern and stuff. Just
Not many.
nasty.